Hey YouTube, so here's a video, and please finish watching this video to get where I'm going. This isn't what you think it is. This is going to be a video on how knife throwing can be used as a training device for knife fighting. Alright, I'm not showing how to throw a knife in a combat scenario. I'm just showing how you can use knife throwing as a tool to make you become a better knife fighter. And you're probably thinking, how in the world would that relate to knife fighting? Well, it relates in two ways. First, being edge orientation, and second being accuracy. Alright? First thing I'll talk about is edge orientation. Now, in Filipino martial arts, usually your traditional strokes are going to be a 1, a 2, a 3, and a 4. Depending on where you're from, the 3 may be at a 180, same thing with a 4, and sometimes it's going to be about right here. I'm guessing that would be maybe a 135 degree angle. I don't know. Basically, say if you're 180s, and then you have down here. Alright? Now, as you progress through Filipino martial arts, you'll start to drill and even maybe spar with training knives. And that's where you can get kind of sloppy. Alright? Some guys you'll see, they're going real fast, and they'll come in and the knife will hit flat. Alright? Basically, they'll come in here, or they'll try to cut back, and it's basically hitting with the flat of the knife. Now, if it's a sharp knife, you'll probably nick them, but you're not going to get the cut you want. Alright? So I thought I'd tell you about what kind of cuts you're looking for, angle-wise, and then how you can blade tap to the throwing. Alright? Now, I think the ideal cut, there's probably two ideal cuts that I'm going to mention. First would be at a 45 degree angle. Alright? When you see like kendo demos, alright, the guy's going to have katana, cut the tatami or whatever, and he's going to come in at a 45 degree angle. Alright? That's a very good angle to cut at. Alright? The second would be a 180, or like you're basically creating a 90 degree angle with the target. Alright, so that's going to be here. Those are going to be your two best throws, or strokes. So you're probably thinking, how would that relate to throwing? Well, in Filipino martial arts, you have your 1, 2, 3, and 4. Well, you can also throw using those same strokes. Alright? So I'm here, I can throw the knife overhand, backhand, sidearm, and back sidearm. Okay? Now, if you throw the knife hard enough, or basically fast enough, the knife will hit the target at the desired angle. Okay? Say I throw a number 1, alright, at 45. If you throw it fast enough, alright, let's pretend there's a y-axis and an x-axis. Your goal is to get it to stick at about a 45 degree angle. Alright? Okay, same thing with a backhand throw. Alright, and then for your 3 and 4, if you want to go create a 90 degree angle here and here. Alright? Alright, so I'm going to go to a couple throws and to give you an idea of what that looks like. Alright, so here's number 1. Alright, that's not quite a 45 degree angle, but it's pretty dang close. Alright, that wasn't a very good throw, accuracy wise, but it hit a pretty good angle. As you can see, that's almost a 45 degree angle. Alright, it's not perfect, but that's basically what you're looking for. Alright, next one's going to be number 2 for backhand. Pretty close to a 45 degree angle. Alright. Again, it's not perfect, but it's pretty close. Alright, now the next two throws, the 3 and the 4, are going to be your most difficult. Most experienced knife throwers don't even experienced ones try it, but most, amateur knife throwers don't even try these throws. They're pretty hard. But if you get the hang of it, it's not that bad. Number 3 is a sidearm throw. And if you've ever played shortstop or if played baseball to any extent, this will probably be a lot more natural than the backhand throw. I'm gonna take a couple throws at this. Again, I'm trying to basically create. If there's a y-axis here, I'm trying to create a 90-degree angle to it. Okay. Okay. That sidearm cut made a 45-degree angle. All right. Now I'm gonna go for 180. That wasn't perfect, but it's pretty close. Go with number 4. Alright, that was a pretty good throw. As you can see, it hit center bullseye, and it was a pretty perfect angle to the target. Alright. See. So this is also a 45-degree angle, but there's an x-axis right here. This would be pretty close to a 45-degree angle. It's about as close as you're going to get. Alright. Alright, well that's about it I have concerning edge orientation. Hopefully this will keep your strokes nice and clean so they don't come off at an angle. Alright, now one more thing I want to mention real quick is accuracy. If you can hit a bullseye from 16 feet, it's going to be a lot easier for you to hit a small target, say his hand. If you're trying to defang the snake, alright, you can hit a bullseye out there. It's going to be a lot more easy to make a nice clean stroke on a small target, such as a hand or a finger. Okay. One more thing I'd like to mention concerning that is there's a quote in Patriot, aim small, miss small. Same exact thing applies to whether you're throwing a knife or swinging it. Alright, if you aim for a small target, like maybe just a small speck on his hand, alright, if you have time to zero in on that, that's what you want to do. Alright, you see a small target, you're not aiming for his whole hand, you're aiming for that one target. Alright, and then when you miss a little bit, which you probably will, you'll still hit the major target. One more thing I'd like to mention real quick is when you handle real throwing knives, some of these knives are sharp. Alright, and if you get used to handling heavy knives, it's going to make you a lot more comfortable carrying, your fixed blade or folder. Alright, some people, they carry their weapon, but they don't ever not really play with it, but hold it and get a feel for it. So when they whip it out and they're swinging it, or trying to, say he's thrusting at you and you want to get out of the way and cut, they're going to be uncomfortable having their non-weapon hand this close to their weapon hand. Alright, but when you throw knives, you get used to them, you get used to the weight, and you're more comfortable with them. That's about all I have. Hopefully this video is helpful to you. Let me know what you think. Alright, one thing real quick before I move on. This is a Tops Max 7. This would be my combat knife if I had to use one. I don't carry this every day. My everyday carry is a Cold Steel Ti-Lite 6. Both of these are great knives, but this is a knife I usually carry out in the woods and that kind of thing. If I had to carry a big fixing blade, if I was overseas, whatever, this would probably be it. It's pretty heavy. As you can see, the tang is pretty thick on this bad boy. And it'll probably run you about 250 bucks. But it's hair-popping sharp. Most people don't think that you're going to get that much of an edge out of a dagger, but this thing is hair-popping sharp. And the point is pretty clean. Alright, I don't throw this one. This one's I keep this one surgically sharp. Haven't ever used it really, which is a shame, but in a way it's not.